What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rio West. You tuning in to Rio West Gaming, and we back a brand new football simulation game that could possibly make Madden do the same thing Live did when 2K came out. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This video game is called Maximum Football 23. The early version, or should I say beta version, should be coming out this spring on PC. The full version of the game should be coming out later this year for all consoles. Now, for anybody who hasn't been following, I'll go ahead and run it down to you. I knew they were working on this game. Prior Maximum Football games, they focused on physics and not so many animations, as well as, making the game as realistic as possible and as in control for the user as they could. And although I liked some of the things that they were doing, physics-wise and, simulation-wise, just graphics-wise, the game wasn't too appealing. But I always kept my eye on it because I was like, I like what they're doing with this game, and if they ever get it to go in the correct direction, then this game could be something special. So the last couple years, they've had a transition. They've been bought out by Modus Games, and Unreal Engine picked up the game. And when I saw that news, I really started paying attention because I was like, if this is running on Unreal Engine and a bigger gaming corporation has taken over it, this game might be taking a step in the right direction, and this could be huge. Because the prior Maximum Football, the customization, that's another thing I didn't mention, but the customization was insane. And what people didn't know about this game was it was the style of game to where they had two options for you. You can have a dynasty mode, which is like playing college football, and you can have a franchise mode, which you could play pro football. So this was a video game. This was a simulation football video game where you could either play college or you could play pro, however you set it up, and you can fully customize it. Now, at the time, there wasn't no uploading or anything like that, but we're gonna go ahead and fast forward to now. So they've been leaking information the last year or so, and they've been leaking screenshots of the visuals of the game, and I must say, it might not be up there with Madden, but man, it looks real good. After a recent interview with Micah Brown, the creator of the video game, which there's an article for it, and I'm gonna put the link in the description. But if you don't wanna read the whole article, I'll put you a link to the video where I got my information from, where the guy, he reads the article and breaks everything down for you. It's like a 16-minute long video. The guy's name is C Weezy. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a brief rundown of some of the stuff that the guy discussed and why I feel like this game is gonna take over and be the it game going forward for simulation football and for football period. I feel like they possibly may have the ability to get hands on an NFL license, or maybe they won't feel like they have to after I reveal this news and this information to you that I found out. The prior games had full customization. You could play college and pro on there. Now, yeah, it's all generic teams, all generic names, all generic players and everything like that. But now, not only do you have that option to play college and pro, but they give you an option, which Micah Brown says in the article, they give you the option to upload any image you want to the game. So, and he pinpoints, he says you could upload NFL logos, you could upload college logos. So it's very likely that somebody could create the whole college slate of teams, 150, however many. You could create a whole college slate of teams and edit the rosters to where you have the whole NCAA roster and uniforms on this game. And also, as well, you can also do the same thing to have a franchise, to have the whole NFL roster in there and logos and uniforms. But wait, it gets better than that. It gets better than that. Because when I first heard back a couple years ago about the prior Maximum Football games, that you could do both, I thought it was a cool thing because I was like, I was like, I could play my NFL league and I could play a college league. That's cool, whatever. But now I just found out, and like I said, you can find out for yourself reading the article, or if you watch the video, that you can actually export your draft classes from that dynasty into the franchise mode in this one game. So you have this one game where you could have a college dynasty and a pro franchise in the same game, and you could take your draft class from the dynasty and put it into the franchise. And this is just one game. How crazy is that? How dope is that? How innovative is that? And the best part about all of this is that it's free to play. It's free to play. You can't beat that. And a lot of people are saying, and I'm curious to see myself, how is this game gonna make its money to be able to go forward if it's free to play? But they have a trick up their sleeve. And I believe one of the things that C Weezy was talking about in his video, and he also pinpoints something in the article, is that they're gonna have packages. So like, it's not gonna come into the game and you're gonna have like branded equipment like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, stuff like that. But there will most likely be packages to where if you pay a certain price for a package, then you can get specialized Nike equipment like helmets, gloves, cleats, all of that and stuff like that. So I think, which I said this to one of my partners, but I think that this football game is gonna be created like an Apex or a Fortnite, where it's gonna be free to play, but it's still gonna generate the money to improve and update the game over time by other little things. And I think that's a pretty dope concept. They're gonna come out the gate and they're gonna make this game free to play, and whatever you purchase over time, that's what they're gonna utilize to keep the game up to date. And also on top of all of that, it's gonna be multiplayer online, and it's gonna be cross-platform. So if you're on Xbox and you wanna play with somebody that's on PlayStation, guess what? Y'all can play in the same franchise, the same dynasty, whatever. And also on top of it, it's gonna be, on top of all the customization and everything like that, you're gonna be able to upload rosters, upload logos, all of that, and other people are going to be able to download it on any platform. So this, when I said that excitement in my last post about how excited I was about this game and possibly leaving Madden alone, this is why I'm excited, because the potential this game has going forward is groundbreaking. Because for you to be able to put a college and pro game in the same thing, and they specifically tell you like, okay, there's certain things like, all right, there's advantages to having a license, like an NFL license, and there's disadvantages. The disadvantage is like if the NFL tells you something like, okay, so we don't like how at the end of the game the crowd leaves, even though in real life that's what happens. The crowd starts to leave in late games because their team is getting blown out. Guess what? They could tell you that and you have to take that out, which is what happened to Madden. Madden got to a point where it was realistic in the sense where late in the game, if you were getting blown out, people would leave the stadium. But that hasn't been happening. Why? Because the NFL told them that they don't like that. They wanted them to take it out. Also, if there's big hits in the game that look too violent and the NFL doesn't want to, sponsor that in a sense, they could tell you to take those big hits out of the game, just like they did with Madden, just like they did when Madden they had, sometimes you get hit so hard your helmet would come off. Well, the NFL didn't like that, so they told them to get that out of the game. And you haven't seen that happen since. Well, that's what Michael Brown was saying is the disadvantage of a licensed game versus an unlicensed. They could put whatever they want. And that's how this game is set up. You're gonna see hits where players are getting hit and tossed and ragdoll through the air, and like a player get tackled, be getting grabbed by their leg, and somebody else light them up, and their leg is stiffen up, but the rest of their body will go limp. That's what you're gonna see in this game. And Micah specifically said that if you want to bring certain NFL things into this game, you can, because they afford you that option. So he's telling you that they designed this. Yeah, it's a base generic game, but they designed it so you can turn it into an NFL game. So you could turn it into a college football game. And nobody can do them nothing, because guess what? There's no license, and they're not coming out the gate giving you all of this stuff. Whatever you upload, it's just like 2K. 2K, you could upload anything you want. You can create anything you want. Guess what? Nobody's doing anything to 2K because they can't. So I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I'm trying to think. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I'm really freestyling this. I don't have no pinpoint, notes that I'm looking at. I'm really just going off of everything that I remember that was said in C-Weezy video, because I didn't really read the article, but he read the article fully for those who didn't want to read the article. But off the top of my head, those are the biggest things that I could think of that I could tell you, which is all you need to know, which is the game is free to play. It's cross-platform. It's fully customizable, so you can upload any image, any logo, edit any name, whatever, and upload it so it could be downloaded. And it's a college football and pro football game in the same game. And on top of it, you could transfer your draft class to your pro league. What could anybody else ask for? So if you want to get the full article to hear everything, because I'm telling you, I'm missing stuff, go ahead and click on the link to the Sports Illustrated article interviewing Micah Brown in the description. As well as also, if you don't want to read that whole article, click on the link to C-Weezy video in the description box and just watch this video. It's a 16-minute long video, and it's worth it. I promise you. It'll break down everything that Micah Brown said in the interview. They specifically said in the interview, he'll tell you this in the beginning of the video, that they're molding this game after the classic simulation football games like NFL 2K5, NFL 2K4, Backbreaker, and games of that nature. So, if they're going off of NFL 2K4 and 5 and Backbreaker, because Backbreaker got a lot of big rave about it. But if they're going off of all of this to mold their game after this, that this game could be something special. And they've been taking their time the last year and a half, 2 years on this game. So again, I'm not gonna hold your time. Just click those links, like and share and subscribe if you like the content. I'm sorry I took a long layoff. I promise I'm gonna be leaking a little bit more content here and there, but until I get myself to the point where I'm pumping it back out as I was doing, dropping 2-3 videos a day. So thank you again for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Also subscribe to C-Weezy. And let's stay tuned. Let's get ready for some real simulation football coming here soon. Madden 24 is make or break. I'm starting to wonder if it's make or break because of EA, because of the NFL, or is it make or break because they see what's about to happen with Maximum Football? It's been real. It's your boy Rio West. Peace.